Welcome to another edition of Building Healthy Relationships with Ty Pratt. Welcome back. So today I have a special guest. His name is Eric Hightower. He's also my business partner here at Against Our Lives Personal Training and Health and Fitness in Glastonbury, Connecticut. He's been with me since about 10 years now? Yeah. I mean, we've been like rocking together. He's a great mentor, a great father, a great person overall. But today what we're going to talk about is expectations. And I know y'all been listening to me talk about a lot of different topics, but I want to actually pass the mic and have y'all listen to more of a experience. I like to say young man, because he is still young. Yeah. It's the age is nothing but a number. Right. So I definitely want to get him on the mic and have him talk to you about, expectations, because today's topic, not for nothing, is all about expectations. And the next time I jump back on here, I'm actually going to have a young woman that been married for 10 years talk about expectations also. But needless to say, let me just pass the mic over to E. Thank you for actually coming down and jumping on here.
Absolutely.
Like I said, the episode today is going to be about expectations. I mean, overall, when you hear that word, what do that mean?
Well, expectations mean that something that you, what do you expect from, like we're talking about marriage, okay?
Yep.
Okay, we're saying, what do you expect from marriage? I would say back then as a single man, before I got married, I was single. Mm-hmm. So what did I expect from my marriage? I really didn't know what to expect. I was kind of scared.
Okay.
I know that I expected for me. I wanted to be a good husband. I didn't know how to be a good husband, and I looked at my father, and then I saw how he took care of the household and things of that nature, and I says, well, you know what, I need to follow in his footsteps and see how he became the husband that he was. And I says, well, I'm going to take some of the things that he did, and then I'm going to try to do them myself. Also, I learned from other people, other mentors and people that have taught me, and I read books, and believe me, sometimes when you read a book, the expectation from a book is not the same as being in the game yourself.
Yeah, that's just real true. That's real true.
I had to learn some things on my own on how to be a good husband, and still learning. I expect, I expect to be great at everything I do.
Okay.
I expect to be great at everything I do. But sometimes we fall short. But that doesn't mean that I'm not a good husband or a good father. And sometimes we think that because we don't meet certain expectations that we failed. And you haven't failed. That's just a learning process. My wife and I, before we got married, there were certain expectations that I was not meeting.
Okay.
She was expecting a lot from me, and I was expecting some things from her. And so what we did was we sat down one day, and this was early in the marriage. We sat down and says, well, what do you like about me, and what do you dislike?
See, I like that right there. I like that. Okay.
What are your likes and your dislikes?
Okay.
And we both had a piece of paper, and we sat down in the kitchen because we were just bumping heads at the beginning.
Okay.
And my list of what she didn't like about me was way long. I mean, she probably liked about maybe 5 things about me. But there were about 15, 20 things
that
she disliked about me.
Okay.
And the thing that I liked my dislikes about her were very short, but the thing that I liked about it was very long.
Okay.
So I looked at the things that she disliked about me, and I said, wow, I do those things? She says, yes. And I expect, more from you than what you're doing here. So, and that right there elevated our marriage to the next level, to the point where the things that she dislikes about me, now I don't even do those things anymore. So there are, I may do some things. I'm not perfect. I may do some things that she dislikes about me, but for the most part, If there were 20, there might be 5 right now.
Okay.
So
I like that.
The list has shortened, and her expectation of me, I believe, is great right now, and my expectation of her, I do believe, is great.
See, I like that. I like the fact that y'all came together and actually sat down and had that great line of communication, or even better, like backtrack on when y'all both got to that point, knowing that your expectation wasn't on the same level. So y'all actually sat down and wanted to have that conversation on, saying how we can do better. I know a lot of people listening, probably want to do that same thing. Like, how did y'all approach that? Because, just having that line of communication, or I would say that confidence to know that your partner is going to be receptive and to receive what you about to say and not take it out of context, like, oh, well, pretty much you nagging and stuff like that. To actually get to that point to say, okay, I know there's this stuff in the marriage that I know I'm not living up to my expectation.
Right.
And I feel like you're not living up to your expectation. How did y'all, or how did you as a husband get to that point to want to sit down with your wife and actually open up that line of communication?
Well, we actually came together. We came together one day, and we were sitting down at the table, and we just had a bad day, and
Okay.
we were discussing the bills, what have you, and it was just negative. And I said, you know what, we need to really come together on some things. I said, I know there's some things that you dislike about me, and there's some things that I probably dislike about you. I said, so let's try to figure this out.
Okay.
And see if we can fix this problem. And so we got a pen and a piece of paper, and we just started writing. And I said, well, this is my, and I said, I don't want to see you listen to the end.
Okay.
So
okay.
we kind of got up from the table and went into different places.
Oh, okay.
And wrote it down.
Okay, I like
and
that.
And then we came back and we sat down, and then we said, and I gave her my paper and she gave me hers. And we went through every single one of the dislikes. Because the likes, okay, that's fine. I'm going to continue to do those things.
Fair enough.
The dislikes, I said, okay, I need to work on that. And then, so there were some things that I saw that I'm like, wow, I do that? She was like, yes, you do. And it annoys me. I said, okay, well, let's work on that. And even to this day, again, like I said, there are some things that I still need to work on. And I know, and she's probably going to hear this podcast, and she already knows.
Sorry about that.
But like tonight, like on Mondays, we sit down and we talk about our bills.
Yeah.
We do that. And, it had gotten to a point where I've gotten frustrated talking about bills and stuff because it just drives me crazy sometimes. But that's the day that we sit down and do it. So we come together on that. But back to the paperwork there where we were doing the dislikes and likes. We came together, we sat down, and I looked at it and I said, okay, I have those things to work on. You have those things to work on. Let's work on those things. And we began immediately that day.
See, I like that.
Working on those things. If I left a shoe in the floor, or if I left a dish in the sink, or whatever it was, I made sure that I got that out of there. I didn't, when she come home from work, that wasn't there, or what have you. And it wasn't that I was, and see, men have to learn this, that you're not being a punk.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
You're not being a punk because you're doing something for your wife, or you're doing something in the household. That's not being a punk.
That's deep, yeah.
Okay? Being a punk is letting your wife walk out on you.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to change.
Okay.
When you get married, you give up the eyes for us.
Say that one more time, please. I don't know if y'all heard this. Like, I wish y'all was here, but say that one more time again.
When you get married, you give up the eye for us.
See, thank you. A lot of people need to recognize that.
They don't. It's not about you anymore. It's about coming together and forming that bond. And we have done that. We've come together. We formed a bond. There's times my wife, she's tired. She comes home from work and dinner's done.
I like that.
Kitchen's clean.
Good.
And
good.
This, I'm not just saying that. She already knows. She's gonna hear it. She knows. The kitchen's clean. There's, of course, like I said, nobody's perfect. There's some things that I have to work on. There's some things that she still have to work on. But we've been married 26 years.
26 years, people.
26 years. Got a 20-year-old and a 24-year-old. Okay, and they're both in school. Well, my son's out and my daughter's in college right now.
By the way, his son's name is Divine Hightower. Go to his YouTube page. He definitely is a new upcoming fitness trainer.
Yes, he is.
By all means, check him out. But I definitely love the fact that you didn't have pride. Like,
No.
pretty much what you was talking about is basically being prideful. Like, I feel like there's like a lot of people that's in like these marriages, or I would say starting off into this relationship and trying to get to that stage where y'all at. I mean, by all means, again, congratulations for being married for so long.
Thank you.
And I know that y'all went through your trials and tribulations and stuff like that, and the fact that y'all still here working together, that's so important. But I know that pridefulness, that a lot of men do have that pridefulness, like, oh, this is my way and stuff like that. And not for nothing, on the back end, sorry, ladies, you do too. Like, you kind of got that prideness, like, well, this is my way and stuff like that. This is my expectation. One thing I do love is the fact that y'all wasn't prideful together.
No.
Y'all was open to talk, and y'all was willing. And I mean, I'm gonna say this again with so much emphasis: willing to put the application into play.
Yes.
You had a game plan. You wrote it down.
Yep.
You didn't just look at it and dismiss it. You was listening with both ears, and you start applying the application of what y'all put down into play. Like, that's what it takes. And like you said, it doesn't happen overnight. Like, it's constantly, it's constantly evolving. It's constantly working. But you also know how to talk to your wife, and vice versa. Pretty much your wife knows how to talk to you. So like the expectation, would you say like now, is it as strong as it was before, or did you revamp it over the years?
Of course you got to revamp it. You go back and you revamp it. You look at some things that you overcome. And say, okay, yeah, we overcome that, but now we have this issue. So now let's deal with this. How do we deal with the issues at hand? Because there are certain things that now it's just muscle reflex. I already know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, I already know that, if she comes home, if certain things ain't right, I already know how she's gonna act.
Got you.
So when I walk in the house, I'm the first one home. It just comes to me. Okay, do this. It just comes to me.
Gotcha.
Just like that.
Yeah.
But then there are other things that pop up. Okay, I didn't know that. So now we work on those things. Whatever pops up, we work on those things together. And we make sure that we conquer those things, so that when those things come up again, okay, now we know how to handle those things. So the expectation of that right now is low.
Yeah.
It's lower now.
Okay.
Because now I already know what to do. I already know what she expects.
Okay.
So when she comes home or whatever it is, like when football season starts.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
I get in trouble for this.
I'm sorry.
But when football season starts, like right now, I say, okay, let's get all this running around now. Wherever we gotta go, let's do it all together right now. Because when football season starts, I love football. And I like to sit down and watch my game.
Yeah.
And she respects that. So on
good.
Sundays, when she comes, after we get out of church, we come home, she's like, okay, he's going to be watching football. And she'll go do whatever she has to do. She won't bother me because she knows that that's my time.
Yeah.
And I like to watch football. Now, but what she did this year.
Okay.
Let me tell y'all what she's doing this year. And I'm like, okay, let's see if this is going to really happen.
Oh, okay.
She says, I'm going to sit down with you and watch football with you.
Really? Okay.
So she's going out to buy her jerseys. Meanwhile, let me tell y'all, she's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I'm an Oakland Raiders fan.
Okay.
So she's going to go buy her jersey, and we're going to sit there and watch football together. So what she done was compromised a little bit. And I wouldn't say compromise. She just said, okay, if this is what my husband likes to do, let me join in with him.
I like that.
For her to just join in with me with that, I think it's a good thing.
It is. I like that you're finding more ways, or even, I can't say more ways, even more ways to connect to one another, even at this stage in your marriage.
Yeah.
Because certain people would have just kind of gave up after being married 25 years. Like, well, I'm setting my ways, you setting your ways, whatever, who cares? Yeah. I definitely love the fact that you're constantly pretty much revamping a lot of different things, and that line of communication is still open. Yeah. I definitely want to touch base real quick about your expectation as a husband, like more a personal standpoint. I know that you said that, in the beginning that you was looking at your father and you wanted to duplicate what your father doing. Like, is that common for most men? I know for me, I can speak for myself that when I model anything, I do take a lot of application. Even I know that we talk in private that I look at you as a great role model, like a man that I can come to and like bounce ideas. Of course. But I take a lot of what I see in your marriage and just overall like with my father and stuff like that, and I use all the tools that I have and I try to formulate what works for me. Mm-hmm. Now, going into the first year of marriage, or even before you even wanted to say like I want to be a husband, what was your expectation on yourself on being a husband?
Wow, that's a good question. My expectation on myself was being a husband. Wow. Well, that I didn't fail.
Okay.
I didn't, and I say that loosely because I know sometimes you do fail at certain things, but I didn't want to fail because I saw again what my dad did and how he took care of the household and how he was with my mom and everything. And I said, well, if dad's like that, I gotta be good too. And then my grandfather, let me go back as far as my grandfather.
Okay.
Let me go back to Robert Woodward. This man, I learned a great deal from him, more so than my father. Mm-hmm. And I say that not that my father was a bad man. My father worked very hard, but my grandfather was a godly man.
Okay.
He was a very, very godly man. And I learned God from him. Okay. And how to treat women, how to treat your kids, and how to treat your family. I learned a lot of that from him. So my platform from that, it came from my grandfather. Okay. He taught me in the car. I can remember going to the stores, and he would say, "You always open the doors for the ladies." Mm. So my expectation right there, from that standpoint, it grew. And from that point, I knew how to treat a woman. Okay. Because he taught me and showed me how to do that at an early age. I would say at about maybe age 8, between 7 and 8, I learned to open doors for ladies. I learned how to respect women. I learned how to talk to women. I learned how to open doors and do all these things and bring them flowers. And he taught me a great deal about women. So as I got older, and then my grandfather had passed away, those things stayed in me. Yeah. But I was still nervous because, I didn't know what type of woman I was going to get.
That's true too. So,
sometimes you can have these expectations on yourself to be this certain man, but then you have this woman that don't respect those expectations. And
see, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. They don't respect that. Maybe they want to go a different way.
Yeah.
But thank God that I found somebody that respects those expectations and has higher expectations of what she wants from her man.
I like that. I like that.
She has higher expectations and I'm like, okay, I have to reach that high. Okay, fine. But that's good because I love a woman with standards.
Okay.
She
I like
has
that.
standards, and if you're not meeting those standards, men, I advise you to get a ladder and start climbing because this is what I told my daughter. I said, you want to be that peach that's out of reach. You want to make that man work to get to you because the best fruit is at the top of the tree.
I like that.
Don't settle for low-hanging fruit all the time. It's easy,
That's true.
It's right there. It's so easy. And my wife right now, she was that peach that was out. I had to work. It wasn't easy. And her expectations right now for me are very high.
Okay.
Are very high, and I respect that, and I appreciate that because that keeps me busy, that keeps me working, that makes me more of a stronger man.
Okay, I like that. That's deep. Okay, dude. Wow. Kind of came out with some deep stuff there. Now, kind of lost for words there for the first time for a second. Nah, I stopped. Okay. Now, for having that high expectation, now, do you feel that's too much of pressure for you? Just more personal for you, and then even much so now, what would you actually say for like the younger generation now? Like, because I know like a lot of people look at the word expectation as a negative connotation, like it's a bad thing. Like, right. Don't put so much expectation on a relationship because then it's kind of destined to fail. But in my belief, I believe like what you said, that, having expectation in a marriage, especially for yourself, is good because it's going to push you to be better.
Right.
Like that's overall, like you want to be with somebody that's going to, keep motivating you and bringing the best out of you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. You need that.
what would you want to say to like the people that's listening, you know, from anybody? What is the best solution to, you know, approach that expectation more in a positive sense and not be, I guess you say, overwhelmed with that word? Because as we hear that word, it's like, oh my God, that's too much of pressure.
Okay. Well, first thing I'd say, what do you expect from yourself?
That's deep.
You know, what do you expect of yourself? Because I treat people the way I want to be treated.
Okay.
Okay. And you can take that in many different roads, but leading back to expectation, what do you expect from yourself? What are your goals? What do you expect from other people? Okay. So if you go into a relationship, what are you looking to gain from that relationship?
Okay.
Okay. What are you looking to gain from that? And even before you go into the relationship, think about what you want in a relationship. Before you
said
even
that
go.
a lot, people. You heard that? He said it too.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. What do you want in a relationship? And the reason why I say that, because then you weed out all the stuff that you don't want. You know, because
definitely.
I understand that sometimes we have to let the weeds and the tares grow together, and at some point there's a separation. I understand that, but sometimes you just need to go into it and say, you know what, this is what I want, and I'm not going to stop until I get what I want. And some people may say, well, you're going to be waiting a long time because you're waiting for Mr. Perfect, you're waiting for Mrs. Perfect. No, I have expectations, and you may not meet all of them, but if I have 10 expectations, you gotta meet at least 7 of them. Okay. You gotta meet at least 7. The other 3 we can work on.
Good. I like that.
But if I'm going into a relationship and I got expectations, and if I got 10 of them and you only meeting 3,
then that might be a problem.
Then it's gonna be a problem because we can't work on all 7. We're not going down that road. I'm not wasting my time. If I don't want to be with somebody that's, you know, I have to be with somebody that's on an equal level with me. I can't be with somebody that's, I'm not gonna say beneath me, but that has lower expectations of themselves.
Okay. I like that.
Your confidence level can't be lower than mine.
Okay. That's important, yeah.
Your confidence level has to be equal to mine or surpassing mine. You can't be, I can't be picking you up by the bootstraps all the time. It can't happen.
Okay.
It can't happen, because if that's the case, we never gonna work, because I'm always picking you up.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So my expectation is that you have high expectation of yourself.
Okay.
I have to expect that from somebody. I can't just go into a relationship and I'm here and you know, it's not gonna work.
I like that.
It's not gonna work.
So last question before we actually cut out. This is I would say the most important one, and I know there's one topic that some people might get mad at me, but I want to say, and we're gonna try to wrap this up as quick as possible. So I do apologize. Real quick, I just want to let y'all know this might be a 3-part segment. Like I said, I'm here with Eric Hightower. He is also my business partner, and we talk about expectations. But real quick, just to give me a good 5 to 3 minutes, exit on the expectation of each other's feelings, meaning that how you express your feelings and vice versa. Like, did you go into the relationship expecting your wife or your fiance at the time to reciprocate the same way that you reciprocate love, or for her to understand the way that you love is not the same way that she loves? Like, was that discussed, or was that a expectation that wasn't like a silent killer? Like, okay, well, this is how I love, so I know you love like that. Or was it? Wow. Was it talked about like, okay, well, I know this is what I like. This is how I express love. How do you express love? I know it's deep. I'm sorry. I kind of waited to the last moment to drop that on you, but but it's basically the biggest one. Like how we all show love. Like, that's a big expectation that we put on our partners.
So was the expectation of her love? Did I expect that from her?
To be just like yours?
No, I actually didn't expect it to be like mine, because we're 2 different individuals. Mm-hmm. And let me just back up a little bit. Before you become one, you are a single individual. Okay, so before we got married, I was single and she was single. And even when you get married and you come together, you're still two single individuals. But you have a union.
Yeah.
But you never stop being who you are.
Yeah.
So I never stopped being who I am, and she never stopped being who she was.
Yeah.
We just have a union. Okay.
Okay.
But my love, the way I love hard. I fall deep.
Okay.
So when I'm in love and when I come to you, it's all about you. It's nobody else, and she knows it's nobody else. There's nobody else coming into this circle. It's about you. When I love deep. I love hard. I have passion.
Yeah.
And again, I come with the flowers. I come with the romance. I come with all of that. And how her love was. Gotta
take a deep breath real quick.
Deep breath on that one.
Okay.
But what I love about my wife and what I love about her love is that it's sincere. It's sincere. It's real. And I feel the realness in it, and because of that, it makes me want to come even more. With that. Her love is sincere. It's real. I never have to doubt it.
I like that.
I never doubt it. I respect it, and I don't take it for granted because I know that I've been in relationships before where you've loved hard, and you're just not getting that on the other end.
Yeah.
You think you're getting something, and you're not getting that, and then in the end it failed. But you've given everything that you've got. But in my wife and our relationship, I feel that I can give everything I got, and she can give everything she has, and we can still be there together. We can still have that union, still have that bond. I don't worry about her going out doing anything crazy, cheating and all that stuff. Let's just be real.
Okay.
I don't worry about her cheating. She don't worry about me cheating. I told her once I got married that was it. I'm not. I'm not the dog. I'm not out there hunting, looking for somebody else. No, it's about me and her. This is a partnership as well as it is a marriage.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
So we love each other deeply. And I'm in love with her. She knows that. It's not that I love you. I'm in love with her. She's beautiful. You've seen her. She's a beautiful woman.
Oh yes, definitely.
And everybody knows that. I just I don't know. It's just we love hard. We love deep. It's just
I like that.
I don't know what else to say about that.
No, good. It's
kind of got me on
that.
Yeah,
I know. Well, I want to say to all the listeners, like always, after every episode, and this is one of many episodes with me having a host on the show. Like I said, the next time that y'all hear me, I will have a young lady to talk about expectations from a woman's point of view. But I definitely want to send a great thanks to my business partner, a dear friend of mine, Eric Hightower. I definitely want to send a shout out to Karen Hightower. That's who we was talking about, ladies. That is his wife. She is a wonderful woman. Definitely want to send a shout out to Dee Dee Hightower. That is his daughter and his son. Wow. Sorry, Dee. I forgot your name for a second. Devon Hightower. I apologize. I'm so sorry. But these are the people that's very dear to me, and I truly look up to him. I'm not just saying it just to be saying it. I mean, he came in my life at a time that I had a dream. A true dream. And I mean, I know y'all probably never heard me talk about God in like basically spiritual world, but there was a reason why this man came in my life, and even to this day, I'm 35, and pretty much he's been rocking with me since the beginning. And I mean, when I mean the beginning, like school-wise, we met each other in school. Yeah. So I want to say to everybody out there, and again to D, thank you so much for listening and subscribing. I appreciate that, and also thank you, Eric, for coming down and talking to me and giving your feedback on expectations.
Thank you.
Of course. And like I tell y'all all the time, until next time, I'll talk to y'all.
Need a boredom buster? The personal fitness studio Against All Odds in Glastonbury has focused on the individual, physical, and cognitive needs of your community for over 10 years. The unique training and coaching builds and shapes your body and mind through strength and circuit training, cardio, and boxing lessons, a great way to relieve anxiety. See AgainstAllOddsPTLLC.com to learn about the corporate fitness programs and the online training packages today. Because if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.